In the residence, or the detached garage, the abode, whatever you want to call it, that day, there were packed bags, correct? Suitcases or luggage, essentially bags that were packed up with clothes?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's concerning, Detective. So did you go through everything?
Objection, Your Honor. Commentary.
Restate your question.
We'll do that. You did not go through everything in that residence, correct? After the crime?
I did not process the scene, no.
Okay. Your agents did not go through everything.
That'd be a better question for them.
You're the case agent, Detective, are you not?
I am the case agent.
Okay. So you oversee what your agents do as part of their investigation, correct?
Correct, within reason.
Okay. That's why you're allowed to sit here throughout the entire trial and witness everyone's testimony, correct?
What's your question?
Question is, did your investigation, the investigation that you managed, did you go through everything in that residence?
Everything of evidentiary value, yes.
How do you know what is of evidentiary value and what is not, Detective?
Based off the information that we have at the time, we are able to obtain search warrants and collect things that we know to be evidence. We cannot collect things that we do not know are evidence and come to light later on.
Okay. Safe to say that that residence is a pretty big mess, right?
Your Honor, can defense just clarify whether, when they're saying residence, do they
The
mean
detached garage.
or the garage?
The detached garage.
Can you repeat the question, sir?
It's safe to say that that detached garage was a pretty big mess, correct?
Yes, it was in a state of a mess.
Okay. At that point, when you enter a crime scene, or when you're conducting an investigation and you enter a crime scene, you don't know what is of evidentiary value and what is not of evidentiary value, correct, Detective?
No, that's not correct.
So just by walking in, you can observe, oh, that's of evidentiary value, that's not of evidentiary value. How do you know what's packed in a bag and what's not?
Well, based on the information, the facts you have at the time, you obtain your search warrant. So some things are of obvious evidentiary value. For example, the bloody sword, things like that.
Okay, so what's in plain sight, for lack of, it sounds like a term of art, but for lack of a better phrase, you are just basing your observations or what you believe is evidentiary value based on your general plain sight observations of the detached garage.
No, it's not just that. It's a multitude of things.
Okay, but shouldn't you be going through everything in that residence when you're investigating a crime scene where it appears that somebody has been stabbed to death multiple times?
Yes,
Okay, and that was not done here, correct?
that's not correct. The scene was processed and everything was gone through, to my understanding.
But you're saying you don't know about Isaac's luggage that was packed up there in the residence?
I don't know about that. I don't have first knowledge of that.
Okay. Isaac had also stated that when when Isaac returned, Kiara immediately smiled and stated, "I did it," correct?
Yes, he did state that.
Okay. Now, Mr. Apodaca said that he had used the restroom for approximately 30 seconds, possibly?
Yes, he's very
Okay.
specific on the time.
Okay, he may not have remembered how much time had lapsed, correct, during the pretty traumatic situation?
Can you say the question again?
You know, if you remember, or actually, let me move on to the next one. You told Mr. Apodaca that you don't think that this happened in 30 seconds to 2 minutes, correct?
Correct, I did tell him that.
Okay. And you were referring to the injuries that you observed at the scene, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, you've been listening again to the testimony here at trial, and you heard the testimony of the OMI, correct?
Yes, I did.
The OMI witness, and said it likely should have happened in about 2 minutes, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So was this again a tactic to try to elicit information or to trip Isaac up when you were interviewing him, as you would characterize it?
No, it
Or
was not
interrogating,
tactic.
as I would? Okay. Basically, you told him that I don't think that it happened in 30 seconds to 2 minutes.
I did tell him that, yes.
Okay. And you didn't conduct any independent forensic analysis to determine the actual duration of the attack, correct?
But personally, myself, no.
No, okay. In fact, you did not have the blood that was discovered, or your team did not have the blood that was discovered on the door to the house tested for DNA, correct?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. You didn't, and again, there was a lot of stuff all over the place in the house and the garage, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you just basically didn't think it would be important to search everything.
No, I would not say that.
But you did not search, or your team did not search everything, correct?
Can you clarify what you mean by search everything?
Go through every bit of potential evidence that is in that detached garage or in the house.
My understanding, sir, is a search warrant was obtained to search for a specific set of items, and the entire area that was to be searched for, outlined in the search warrant, the entire area was searched for all those items of evidence, and all those items of evidence were obtained.
Okay. And Isaac had told you his mom was going to pick him up, correct?
Yes.
After he had packed his bags? Detective, Mr. Apodaca told you that some of the messages were not sent by him, but by Ms. McCulley using his account from a second phone, correct?
Yes, he did say that.
Okay. You didn't examine, or you did not extract anything from the second phone that you seized, correct?
There was no extraction report created on that phone.
Okay, but you did locate that second phone, correct?
Yes, the phone was located and extraction was attempted, but there was no data on that phone.
So you basically didn't do an extraction on that phone?
No, if you heard what I said, an extraction was done on that phone. There was no data recovered during the extraction of that
Okay,
phone.
and that is a product of the extraction report, or was a proper extraction done on that phone?
From what I was told from the individual that conducted the extraction was that there was no data on the phone because
Without
of
going into what other people are saying or whatever, you did not ascertain anything from that extraction, correct?
nothing was recovered from that extraction of that phone.
Okay. And you didn't take any steps to verify whether the messages were actually sent by Mr. Apodaca or by somebody else, correct?
Can you state the question again?
You didn't take any steps to verify whether the messages that you were investigating at that point were actually sent by Mr. Apodaca or whether it was sent by somebody else?
No, it's false. I did take steps.
Okay. But at that point, you basically confronted Isaac and said that he sent those messages, correct?
What point are you referring to?
During the interrogation or interview, towards the end of it.
Can you say the question again?